Today we're going to talk about quick appearance boosts, and as a mental health counselor, I definitely notice a difference even in my caseload during the fall and winter season. We get a lot more clients because people are depressed and we're tired. I just want to share some quick tips that I feel like really help just even your appearance when you're just exhausted, you're not feeling well, or you're kind of a depressive state with the weather and the dark. This will just kind of help you feel a little bit of a boost, and definitely when our appearance boosts, our mental health can have a strong boost. So these are important to do. I would say the first thing is get dressed. Getting dressed is going to help you feel way better for the day, but also just taking it a step further. I think getting dressed in something that matches, that's like monochromatic, that's all the same color. I don't know. I just feel like that really looks a little bit more put together and just a little more like you put thought into what you're wearing. I get dressed into sweats almost every day. It's not always the best look, but it's comfy. But when I match, like I'm wearing a sweatsuit that matches, I feel like way more put together than just sweats that don't match. Even in sweats, just try to do something that matches. And I feel like it really just helps you feel like you put a little bit of thought into what you're wearing. I would say the next thing is putting on earrings. This is for me, especially like I know I have a lot in my ears that just are kind of permanent, that just stay, but putting on normal earrings every day, I feel like I just automatically look better. I feel a lot more elevated. I feel like it just gives a little bling to my face and it just looks better, right? So put on some earrings, put on some jewelry that you would typically wear. Just putting on some simple, pretty earrings can just obviously make you feel better about yourself and make you feel like you look better. So I always do earrings. I don't skip earrings. Even if I'm not doing anything that day and I don't have any makeup on, I put earrings on just to make sure I got something there that makes me feel like, okay, I'm a little bit more put together. The next one is putting your hair up, but not in a messy bun where it's still kind of looking like a mess, but we want to put it up neatly. And I feel like that's a really important one as well, because if you just throw it up in a messy bun, you're still in that mode of I'm messy. If you do like a low bun, a claw clip, kind of like a sleek ponytail, that can really look more intentional and make your hair obviously look better. You feel better. Just feeling like your hair is done can really help you feel like you've put effort into something, and it does create a little bit of motivation as well as you see that you've gotten dressed, you match, your hair is intentionally done. You feel really a lot better. So doing your hair intentionally is a great tip. So once you get dressed, you got your hair up, you got your earrings in, now we're here. I have these makeup remover towelettes. I use these a lot in the morning, just when I'm tired or I'm rushing, trying to get the kids to school. And I just love to use these and just wipe my face with it. And it just helps get all the oil off. It helps get any leftover makeup from the night before that I didn't get. And I know when I'm tired, I do not want to wash my face. I don't want to get a rag and get everything sudsy and wet and wash. I just get a little towelette like that, wipe my face off. I feel clean, it feels refreshed, and I'm good to go with makeup. And it really doesn't affect too much. I think it works good. I have oily skin too, and it really does work. After you wipe your face, definitely put a moisturizer on. And I just have this Clinique. This is the Moisture Surge moisturizer. Don't leave your skin bare. Make sure you put something on after you wipe it off, just to give a little moisture. The more moisturized your face is, the healthier you look and feel as well. Definitely want to make sure we're moisturizing. We don't skip this step. And I always bring it down the neck. That's very important also. All of my skincare goes all down my neck, and I feel like it's really benefited me. Sometimes I look at my neck and I feel like it looks good because I put so much skincare on it too. The next step, no matter how tired you are, we don't want to forget sunscreen. This is crucial. I have had melanoma. I've had several cancerous moles removed. I know all about skin cancer. We never ever skip sunscreen. I heard a quote one time that says, never ever ever go outside without something on your face. That is such a good tip. I use the Bubble +1 tinted mineral sunscreen. I think this one's really good. I love the tint that it has. I think it's SPF 40. Yeah, SPF 40. And this is just a really nice, easy, quick one to throw on, and it's not heavy. It's really thin. I really like mineral sunscreen over chemical sunscreen for many reasons. I don't like using the chemicals in chemical sunscreen. So I'm all about mineral all over my body. And I love when I can find it in a face sunscreen, and it works really well. The tint is really pretty too. And when you're tired, you don't want to put on any more makeup than you have to. So when you get a tinted sunscreen, obviously it's kind of a double, and it really works really nicely. And then I always put this on my neck as well and kind of just bring it down. The next thing is covering blemishes. You can skip this step if you feel like you just don't have anything else to cover. I always cover my red nose. I just feel like I can't do anything without covering that. I don't feel put together at all unless that's covered. So I just use my Essence powder foundation and my sponge and just cover that redness right there. And if I can just get that to be neutral, I feel like I look a lot better. So I always do this step too, no matter how tired I am. Now I'm going to show these next couple steps in kind of different levels, and you can just kind of pick and choose which ones work best for you. We can stop here, and this looks great. I have earrings, I got put together face, my sunscreen's on, and you can just go grocery shopping like this and you look great. You know, you look beautiful. If you want to do a little bit more, I'm just going to show you in different kind of tiers. So the next one is brows. I would for sure do brows next. I just have my brow pen, so I'm going to skip my pomade today and just do brow pen and just kind of do a couple passes through my brows just to create a little bit of hairs on it. I do have tattooed eyebrows and eyeliner, so I kind of already have it there, but it's blue and gray and not very pretty, so I gotta cover them sometimes. So I just use my brow pen and just go over with a little bit of hair-like strokes, and I feel like that really elevates, obviously, my face and frames it and helps my eyebrows out. So now I feel like my eyebrows are done. My face is framed a lot better. Again, you can stop here. My next thing I would do is just apply some highlighter. And I got this NARS. This is kind of a trial size, but this is their new one. And it's the light reflecting luminizing powder. And I would just do a little bit of this on the cheeks, and it gives just a little bit of healthy glow. Look how pretty that is. And we don't have anything else on. I think it looks so pretty. I am oily, so I don't wear a lot of highlight anyway, but like if you're just running out the door and you just want to throw something on and you're exhausted, highlight can make you just feel so much better. I've heard of like putting highlight on when you go to the gym too. That can be kind of a cool thing. I work out at home, so I don't need to do that. But if you're going out to the gym and you didn't impress anybody, just put some highlight on your bare face and it looks really good. The next thing you can do is just apply some concealer. I just have my Catrice True Skin Concealer here, and this is in the shade 002 Neutral Ivory. I like to choose a concealer that's really close to your skin tone so it doesn't look like you're like too brightening, you know, under there if we're not really wearing any foundation. Just something to cover a little bit of darkness is all you need. And that's gonna go a long way, especially if we're not using any other products. Just this little bit of brightness here can just help you out. I'm just gonna use my sponge today and blend that. I do go over my eyelids as well too. I think it helps just cancel them out just a little bit with those veins and stuff and look a little bit better. So now you can see we're just a little bit more brightened. If you're exhausted, you look like you're a little bit more awake and a little more alive. The next one I would say is something on your cheeks. So I love this bareminerals bronzer, and I love it in the shade Kiss of Spice. I feel like it's such a good shade for bronzer and blush at the same time. I don't really like just like a hot pink blush on at this point. I want something to kind of contour me a little. So this is just like the perfect shade to do that, and you don't need blush. This is all you need. So I just have this angled brush, and I'm just gonna do a little bit on my cheeks, and it just gives a little bit of life to your cheeks. And see how quick that is. These are really good. I love really all the shades, but this Kiss of Spice, I feel like specifically for this kind of look, I feel like this is a really good one. Putting some on your forehead can also help. And then I can still do under my jaw, under my chin, just kind of sculpt a little. I really am exhausted today, so this is the perfect day to do this video because yesterday I was sick, but I don't know what I had. I was just so tired. I just like slept on the couch all day, and I felt really dizzy and tingly, and I don't know what was going on, but I felt so weird yesterday. So this is the perfect day because I actually am really exhausted today. You can see just how much that gives life to the face. Just adding a little bit of this, just put some on your cheeks and go. Then the next step for the face would be mascara. This is totally optional, but if you want to just apply a little bit, I feel like it can definitely help us feel a little more alive. I really love brown mascara for this purpose too. Don't do black. Black probably would be a little too harsh, but if you just do a little bit of brown mascara, just brings a little emphasis to the eyes, but it's still soft and it looks great. And sometimes I skip bottom lashes too when I'm doing a look like this. I like the kind of awake look it gives if I just do the top lashes. I don't need to do the bottom and kind of create both. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just like the look of just the top lashes done. I feel like it looks really pretty. And that's just all I'll do today just to show you. And then the brown is just soft and it just really gives a nice look. If you watched my video where my daughter did my makeup, which is hilarious, go watch that video if you haven't seen it. I laugh my head off. Every time I watch it, I just think I'm so funny. It is the funniest video. But this is kind of a look she does. She does really like glowy skin and then she packs on 10 pounds of mascara. Controversial, you know. This kind of reminds me of the look she does. And it actually turned out really well, but yeah, you got to go watch that video. It's so funny. I laugh every time I rewatch it. So we got mascara on. I'm feeling really good and put together, but I feel like I haven't really done a lot to the face. For my lips, I love these Too Faced. This is called the Hangover Balm, but I think they've changed the name. I'll link it below. I can't remember what they name it now, but it's the same stuff. It's like a glossy balm. I love these so much. I wear them daily, all the time. I love this shade. It's a cranberry shade. It's really pretty. They're so comfy to wear and just gives such a pretty color and they smell good. I love these. If you haven't tried these yet, you definitely gotta try one. See how pretty that shade is? And it's just like a balm. It just feels so good on my lips, but it looks really pretty too. I know for the holidays, they have like a 2-pack of these they always come out with. So check that out and grab one of those because you want more than one too. You want 2 of them. They're really good. You can see just how pretty that shade is. And then the last thing I would recommend to feel a little more put together is some kind of fragrance, no matter what it is. I just have my little trial size Sol de Janeiro 59. I really love this. I love the trial size. Just spraying a little bit on you. That smell, you just feel better. You know, when you're so exhausted and you don't feel good, just that smell can just bring you back to different days. The summer smell is very linked to memory, as I'm sure we all know. So just spraying something on you can make you feel a little more alive and a little bit better. It's a big deal. And if no one else smells it but you, who cares? You need to smell it for you to feel better. So it's a good one. I'll just tell you some things I know as a therapist. When you're experiencing like seasonal affective disorder, the SAD, one thing that really helps is consistency. If you can get into a good routine every single day, that consistency can really help with depression because you know what to expect. You're kind of looking forward to the next thing that day. You have a plan and it really can help you kind of get out of bed, be motivated, and kind of avoid some of those depressive thoughts. If you find yourself spiraling into depressive thinking, having the depressive thoughts, try to just change one negative cognition, one negative belief about yourself into a positive. We're not trying to just change everything all at once, but if you can just say, today I feel like I'm very unlovable, no one loves me, I'm very depressed. Let's look for ways where you have felt lovable, ways that other people are validating that and supporting you. There's so many skills and techniques that I could talk to you about this stuff. Let me know if you're interested. I am a clinical mental health counselor. That's my real job and that's what I do and love. I've been doing it for almost 10 years now. I do a lot of EMDR and IFS. So if you have any questions about all that, I can do a full video and I can talk your ear off about modalities and therapy and whatever you want. So let me know if you're interested in that. In terms of beauty, I know that doing some of these steps when we're exhausted and depressed can just give us a little bit of boost, just a little bit of hope and motivation and momentum to start something else and to keep going and kind of stay out of that depression rut. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and please remember to subscribe. I'm trying to grow, so I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, gave this video a like, and I will see you in my next one and have a great day.